drone that needs no runway, no pilot, no base. It can take off from a jungle clearing, a ship deck, or a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, carry weapons, deliver supplies, fly over 1,000 miles, and come back, all on its own. That is not science fiction. That is the U.S. Nomad drone, and it is real, it is tested, and it is already changing how America's military thinks about the next war. The U.S. military has been building drones for decades, but the Nomad is something entirely different. Built by Sikorsky, the same company behind the legendary Black Hawk helicopter, this machine blurs the line between a helicopter and a fighter plane in a way that has never been done before. And the features packed inside this system, they are the kind of things that make you stop and say, how did they even do that? Today, we are breaking down the top 5 features of the Nomad drone that are not just impressive, they are genuinely jaw-dropping. And we are saving the most mind-bending one for last. If you are a believer in American military strength, drop the word Nomad in the comments right now. Let's see who's paying attention. Stay with us through all 5, because feature number 3 alone will completely change how you think about what a drone can do. Feature number 1, the rotor-blown wing, a completely new way to fly. Nothing else about the Nomad makes sense. For decades, engineers have faced one of the hardest problems in aviation. Helicopters can take off and land anywhere, but they are slow and burn through fuel fast. Fixed-wing planes are efficient and fast, but they need long runways. Nobody had found a clean solution to that problem until Sikorsky cracked it with something called the rotor-blown wing. Here is how it works in plain terms. The Nomad has 2 large spinning propellers called prorotors mounted at the tips of a long, straight wing. When the drone takes off, it launches straight up, just like a helicopter, with its tail pointing down to the ground. But once it reaches altitude, something remarkable happens. The airflow generated by those spinning rotors gets directed across the surface of the wings, giving the aircraft lift even at low speeds. The drone then smoothly tilts into forward flight and transitions into a full fixed wing cruise, gliding efficiently like a conventional aircraft. This transition has been tested and proven. By early 2025, Sikorsky's first prototype, called the Nomad 50, had completed more than 40 takeoffs and landings, and 30 full transitions between helicopter mode and airplane mode. All of this on a drone that weighed only 115 pounds, with a wingspan of 10.3 feet. During those tests, it hit a top speed of 86 knots. That's nearly 100 miles per hour. What makes this so important for the military? Think about the places our soldiers, sailors, and Marines are deployed. Remote islands in the Pacific, mountain passes without a strip of flat ground for miles, ship decks barely large enough to stand on. The Nomad does not care. It launches straight up from wherever it is, transitions to efficient cruise flight, completes its mission. The Nomad does not care. It launches straight up from wherever it is, transitions to efficient cruise flight, completes its mission, and comes right back down. No runway, no catapult system, no special infrastructure needed. This is not an improvement on existing drone technology. It is a completely new category. And Sikorsky built it from scratch using research originally funded through DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, through a program called EVADE, which stands for Early VTOL Aircraft Demonstration, is where things get truly extraordinary. Feature number 2, the MATRIX autonomy system, a brain that flies the mission. There is a reason the people who built the Nomad say it can be operated by just 2 crew members using nothing but a tablet computer. And that reason is MATRIX Sikorsky's onboard autonomy system that essentially gives this drone a thinking brain. MATRIX is not a new idea that was rushed into the Nomad. It has been in development and testing for years. Sikorsky has already used this exact same technology to fly a full-size Black Hawk helicopter completely without a pilot on board handling logistics missions and even simulated rescue operations. That means the technology has already been proven at the highest level before it ever went into the Nomad. So what does MATRIX actually do on the Nomad? It handles everything. Route planning, obstacle avoidance, takeoff and landing, payload management, mission execution. The drone can be given a target, a route, and a set of mission parameters, and it will carry out that entire mission from start to finish without a single human input along the way. This is enormous for our armed forces. One of the hardest parts of modern military operations is the communication challenge. In a contested environment, meaning an area where the enemy is actively trying to jam signals and take down communications, a drone that depends entirely on a remote pilot becomes unreliable. The moment the link is lost, the mission is over. The Nomad does not have that problem. It can operate fully autonomously without a live data link, because MATRIX is running all decisions on board the aircraft itself. And there is more. The MATRIX system is built on what is called an open architecture. That means it is designed from the ground up to accept upgrades, new sensors, new mission software, new targeting systems, without having to redesign the entire drone. As threats evolve and technology improves, the Nomad can keep pace. Service branches can install mission-specific kits tailored to exactly what they need, whether that is ocean surveillance, close air support, or emergency supply runs. 2 crew members, a tablet. That is all it takes to put a fully autonomous military drone into action. Before we go further, if you are finding this video valuable and you want to keep up with the latest in American military, take 5 seconds and hit the like button and subscribe. The vast majority of viewers never do, and it genuinely helps us bring you more content like this. You can always unsubscribe, but we think you will want to stay. Feature number 3, 1,000 miles of range, 10 plus hours in the air. Now here is where the Nomad goes from impressive to truly strategic. The larger variants of the Nomad family, the ones Sikorsky is actively developing right now, are designed to fly more than 10 hours without stopping and cover a range of 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles. That is the distance from New York City to Kansas City on a single mission, without refueling, without a runway, without support from a base. Why does that number matter so much? Because the future battlefield that the U.S. military is preparing for, particularly in the Pacific region, is defined by distance. Our forces could be operating across chains of islands, separated by hundreds of miles of open ocean. Getting supplies, weapons, and reconnaissance assets from one point to another, quickly and quietly, is one of the hardest logistical challenges our military face. Traditional supply methods require either ships, which are slow and vulnerable, or manned aircraft, which put crews at risk in contested airspace. The Nomad solves both problems. It can self-deploy. Sikorsky has confirmed that the larger Nomad variants can fly themselves to wherever they are needed without being carried or launched from a specific location. You set the destination and the drone gets itself there. Sikorsky's own vice president and general manager Rich Benton put it directly when the Nomad was unveiled in October 2025. He described it as a force multiplier that complements missions like those of the Black Hawk, keeping the strategic advantage in the Indo-Pacific region. Those words were not accidental. The military is already thinking about how the Nomad fits into the next major conflict, where range and independence from fixed bases will be everything. Now, there is something we have not talked about yet, and it is the feature that turns the Nomad from a capable drone into a genuine weapons system. That is coming in Feature 4, and trust us, it is worth the wait. Feature number 4, a modular strike and sensor platform. Up to this point, we have talked about how the Nomad flies. Now let's talk about what it can actually do when it gets where it is going. The Nomad is what engineers call payload agnostic. That means the airframe is not locked into one specific job. The same drone that carries reconnaissance cameras today can be reconfigured tomorrow to carry weapons, or cargo, or communications equipment. The mission changes, the aircraft stays the same. When Sikorsky displayed the Nomad at the Association of the United States Army exhibition in October 2025, the configuration on display told a very clear story. The airframe showed external hardpoints, mounting points underneath each side of the fuselage, fitted with pairs of small precision-guided munitions on pylon racks. A targeting sensor pod was mounted centrally, consistent with an electro-optical and infrared camera system combined with a laser designator. In plain terms, the drone on display was set up to find a target, lock onto it, and hit it with precision weapons. The Group 4 variant, the larger Nomad currently in planning, is designed to carry roughly 500 pounds of payload. To put that in real terms, that is enough for 4 Hellfire missiles, or a pair of small-diameter bombs. These are the same weapons used by some of the most advanced combat aircraft in the U.S. arsenal. The idea that a fully autonomous, runway-independent drone could carry that kind of firepower and do it at a range of 1,000 miles is a genuinely new chapter in air power. But the Nomad is not just about striking. In reconnaissance mode, the same airframe can carry multi-sensor packages combining electro-optical cameras, infrared sensors, and electronic support systems to build a full picture of what is happening on a battlefield from above. It can act as a communications relay, extending the reach of ground forces in areas where normal radio signals cannot reach. It can deliver critical cargo, medical supplies, spare parts, even blood to forward positions that no manned aircraft could safely reach. And there is a combat search and rescue application that the Air Force is actively considering. The largest future Nomad variant could carry a travel pod capable of holding a person, potentially rescuing downed air crews from hostile territory without putting any additional lives at risk. One drone, dozens of missions, the same airframe doing every single one of them. Feature number 5, scalability from backpack to Black Hawk, a full family of drones. Everything we have discussed so far applies to one version of the Nomad. But here's what makes this program truly unlike anything the U.S. military has ever had before. The Nomad is not one drone, it is a family. Sikorsky designed the Nomad from day one to be scalable. The smallest version, the Nomad 50, has a wingspan of 10.3 feet and weighs 115 pounds. It fits in a relatively small space. It can be carried by a small team. It is designed for Group 3 operations, the kind of tactical missions handled at the brigade level. One step up is the Nomad 100, currently under construction as of late 2025, with an 18-foot wingspan. This is a Group 3 platform roughly comparable in size to the Army's RQ-7 Shadow drone, which the Army is planning to phase out by 2026. The Nomad 100 is being directly positioned as the next generation replacement for that system. Above that comes the Group 4 variant, larger, heavier, with that 500-pound payload capability we described. And at the very top end of the family, Sikorsky has described a variant with a wingspan of approximately 55 feet, roughly equivalent in footprint to a Black Hawk helicopter itself. Every single member of this family, from the smallest to the largest, shares the same rotor-blown wing design, the same MATRIX autonomy system, and the same core operating principles. That is intentional. It means that a soldier who learns to operate the smallest Nomad can understand the largest one. It means spare parts and software upgrades can be shared across the entire family. It means the U.S. military is not buying a collection of different drones that each need separate training, separate logistics, and separate support structures. It is buying one unified system that grows with the mission. The strategy behind this is profound. The U.S. military is pushing hard toward what is called Agile combat employment, the idea that forces must be able to operate from dispersed, temporary, and often austere locations. No big air bases, no lengthy supply chains, small detachments that can move fast and hit hard. The Nomad family was built specifically to support that vision. It can operate from island chains, dirt roads, ship decks, and forest clearings, and it can do it across all branches. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, all of them have shown interest. All of them have a version of the Nomad that fits their needs. Sikorsky did not build a drone. They built the future of American military air power, scalable, autonomous, and ready for the next fight. Conclusion. So there you have it, 5 features of the U.S. Nomad drone that represent a genuine leap forward in what this country's military can do. A revolutionary way of flying, a fully autonomous brain, a 1,000-mile operational range, a modular strike and reconnaissance platform, and a scalable family of systems that can serve every branch of the armed forces. This is not a project that is years away from being real. Flight testing started in early 2025. This is not a project that is years away from being real. Flight testing started in early 2025. The larger variants are in construction right now. The U.S. military is watching closely, and for very good reason. The men and women of our armed forces deserve the best, and the Nomad is exactly that: American engineering, American innovation, and American resolve, all built into one machine. If you got value from this video, hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed. There is a lot more coming on the latest in U.S. military technology, and you will not want to miss it.